and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Ryan Prosick. A man was arrested during a traffic stop in Luzerne County. Daveen Tyree was arrested after he was found possessing a stolen gun during a traffic stop, according to Hanover Township Police. Police say that Tyree was in possession of 2 firearms, one of which was stolen from Reading. Investigators later discovered that Tyree did not have a valid license to carry a firearm. Tyree was arrested and arraigned at the Luzerne County Correctional Facility. Tyree was charged with firearms not to be carried and possessed and receiving stolen property. The Hazleton City Police are asking the public for help in identifying a suspect they say stole money from a customer's purse. According to police, the theft took place on Tuesday morning at the Giant Supermarket located on Locust Street in Hazleton. The suspect has been described by the store manager as a white female with short blonde hair and a blue shirt. Anyone with information regarding the incident can call Hazleton Police at 570-459-4940. A man from Pottsville is facing charges stemming from a domestic incident. 29-year-old Michael Antonio Rivera is facing assault and harassment charges stemming from an August 22nd incident on the 600 block of North Center Street. According to the victim, a 24-year-old female, Rivera struck her on the face twice with an open hand during a dispute when a verbal altercation spiraled out of control. Investigators say the victim exhibited redness and pain on the side of her face, which is consistent with the victim's account. The victim was reportedly able to seize a nearby fan after she broke free from Rivera's grasp and threw it at him to escape the situation. It was also reported the victim is 2 months pregnant and Rivera is the father. The charges against Rivera include 1 count of simple assault pursuant to domestic violence and 1 count of harassment. Rivera was arraigned and sent to Schuylkill County Prison, where he posted his $5,000 bail early Wednesday morning. Robert Grimes is wanted by the Carbon County Sheriff's Office on charges of simple assault and possession of drug paraphernalia. He is believed to have ties to the Lansford area. Anyone with information regarding his whereabouts is asked to call the Carbon County Sheriff's Office at 570-325-2821. A senior scam seminar was hosted by Representative Mike Cabell. The lecture was designed to help prevent seniors from different kinds of scams that have been on the rise in recent years with the advancements in technology. We spoke with Representative Cabell about why this event is so important.
So unfortunately, there's people out there that are looking to take advantage of folks, specifically a lot of times our elderly folks. So it's really important for us to make sure that we provide a forum so that they can understand what scams are out there and what people are trying to do to them so they can protect themselves.
We also spoke to Speaker Janine Holter, who gave us some insight about the common scams that are occurring right now.
Family scam, meaning a family member is in distress and needs money immediately. Other scams that are happening is the romance scam. People are finding romance online and they think that they found the love of their life, but then all of a sudden the love of their life can't come and see them, but they're asking for money or even money for a simple bus ticket, and that person does not show up. We're also seeing scams that people are trying to call you and asking you for your medical information. And along with that, they want your social security number. So if you did not make the phone call, please do not give any personal private information to anyone, even if they're trying to tell you to act immediately because they're on the phone. You're always in control of that phone. Just take your time, take a deep breath, assess what's happening, and hang up and call from a number you're familiar with.
Janine also provided information on what to do to help ones close to you from being scammed.
Continuously asking questions, especially our older family members or friends, just assess their bank accounts, make sure they're all right. Also assess who are they talking to on a regular basis. Also, who are they donating to? We just have to make sure that we help them. They're very smart and intelligent people, but sometimes they get scared by what somebody is sharing with them in an email, or they get scared by what somebody is telling them over the phone.
The seminar took place at the Whitehaven Area Community Library on Towanda Street in Whitehaven. The trial for Brian Kohberger has been delayed after Kohberger waived his right to a speedy trial on Wednesday. Kohberger faces 4 counts of first-degree murder after he allegedly murdered 4 University of Idaho students last November. During his conference hearing on Wednesday, Kohberger and his attorney also announced their intention to file a motion to strike the death penalty. As a result, Kohberger's trial, previously scheduled for October 2nd, will not begin on that date. A new trial date will likely be set after Kohberger's next hearing on September 1st. Hazleton area is welcoming back football in a big way. It has been announced that the Cougar home opener will have a theme: opening night dressed in white, for their first game of the season. There will also be pre-game festivities that will take place outside the Wyoming Street Gate, with the opening night in white tailgate party starting at 4:30, where there will be live music, food trucks, and cornhole. There will also be free frozen novelties for attendees. Tickets for that night's game will go on sale at the ticket window starting at 5:15, and the first 500 guests will receive a free t-shirt, with the first 150 students receiving complimentary admission. The pregame festivities will conclude with skydivers that will deliver the game ball, ceremonial coin for the coin toss, and the American flag that will fly at Harmon-Geist Stadium for the season. There will also be a recognition ceremony to honor Don Kellner, a lifelong Hazleton area resident. High school football is also back right here on WYLN. This week we will be at Hazleton area's home opener against Pittston. The broadcast will start live at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Stay tuned to WYLN for all of the latest sports updates in the area. Coming up on WYLN News, a blood drive is held in honor of a former WYLN employee. Plus, downtown Wilkes-Barre is gearing up for a free event for kids and their families. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
My name is Zyla, and tomorrow's gonna be rainy.
Weather Kids is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. Your health deserves a partner.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Have you ever experienced that super pushy salesperson who follows you all around? Not here.
Or wandered around that big box store looking for help in the appliance department only to find the pink guy? Not here.
And we have an experienced, courteous sales staff here to help you find the perfect mattress, piece of furniture, or appliance with no pressure.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information.
Tune in this week for Let's Talk Chiropractic, where we'll be showing you how we adjust Brina Cox.
Welcome back to WYLN News. A blood drive was held this week in honor of a former WYLN employee, Abby Valentine, who was fighting leukemia. We spoke with Abby's father, Andy Piskel, about how the event came about.
These blood drives came about because our daughter was getting blood and platelets often, sometimes 2 or 3 times a week. And she's decided that instead of some way to help replenish this was to ask people to donate blood so that people like her could be helped. And we decided, we were contacted through the Red Cross, and we decided that, yeah, we'll do a blood drive. And our club, the Hazel Lions, decided we would sponsor this. And we got in touch with the church here, and through the Red Cross and the church, and we were able to put this thing together.
Though Abby's condition had been in remission, Abby's uncle, Rich Piskel, said she recently suffered a relapse.
She had a relapse after a stem cell transplant. So she has to start back all over from square one. So this has been going on about 13, 14 months now that she's been been under treatments, and it's taken its toll.
However, Piskel said he was glad to be able to help with such an event to help people like Abby.
The whole goal, I'd have to say, is really to get it out there that how many people really need blood. You hear it all the time, donate blood, but it doesn't register till it hits home. And that's the hardest part of it.
We also spoke with the first-time donor at the event, Frank Molinaro, who is eager to share his experience with others.
And if anyone out there has never given blood, it's very easy. You get a little pinpoint in your arm, but it's really nothing, and it's a very easy process. So if you've never given blood before, consider it and help somebody out.
The blood drive was held at the Holy Rosary Church in Hazleton. Anyone who was unable to attend the event but would like to support the cause is encouraged by the Episcopals to donate to the American Red Cross or to a GoFundMe page created to support Abby's medical expenses. The Wilkes-Barre-Scranton Airport is among 90 airports that the Federal Aviation Administration will be running safety meetings at before the end of September. During these meetings, officials will meet to identify risks and how to eliminate them. These meetings are taking place because the FAA issued a call to action in February after several incidents and close calls. Other airports in our area holding meetings include Harrisburg and Reading. Downtown Wilkes-Barre will be hosting a free event for kids and their families this Saturday at Midtown Village. The Downtown Discovery Kids Fest will run from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and will include face painting, games, balloon animals, and a DJ. The event will also feature crafts and giveaways. The United States Department of Agriculture has announced $72.9 million in grant funds that will be awarded to support specialty crop producers across the country. The money was awarded through the Specialty Crop Block Grant Program and provides funding to support and enhance specialty crop growers through different means such as education, research, and marketing. It is also encouraged that the states award some of the funds towards the production of fruits, tree nuts, and vegetables. If you want to learn more about the program, you can visit usda.gov. Coming up on Berwick's News Choice, we preview the NFC South on Let's Talk Sports. Plus, Chris Fulmer takes us down the path through history with Mountaintop Part 2. So stay right here because we'll be right back on WYLN TV.
Heisler's Cloverleaf Dairy is now open at 743 Catawissa Road in Tamaqua. Stop by the Dairy Bar, try over 33 flavors of homemade ice cream still made on the premises, and a full menu of hot food made to order. Have some fun at their driving range, or play mini golf on their 2 18-hole mini golf courses. Heisler's Cloverleaf Dairy, celebrating 65 years. Same great taste, same great location, same great memories to be made.
Attention WYLN viewers, WYLN TV can now be seen on the Hazleton Service Electric Cablevision HD tier, channel 507, and over the air at 35.1. WYLN, we're your local network.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Are you looking for the latest local news and events important to our Hispanic community? WYLN will keep you up to date on what's happening, from breaking news to special reports and local events, on our new daily Spanish language webcast, WYLN's Telediario, featuring me, Julia Wiegand. Follow our social media pages and website at WYLNTV.com every day to access WYLN's Telediario webcast. WYLN, we're your local network.
Hello, I'm WYLN historian Chris Fulmer. Pennsylvania's communities are filled with interesting history. Come with me as we discover the people, events, industries, and other historic facets of local towns.
Welcome back to a Thursday edition of Let's Talk Sports, where we'll continue talking about the NFC with the NFC South. And can we just end the segment here? No? Oh, okay, someone's got to do it. Well, a small intro to the division, and you could already tell there is no real contenders. With Tom Brady being gone in retirement now, the Saints are just okay. The Falcons are a quarterback away, and the Panthers are fresh in a rebuild. So, not the most exciting division, but someone, just like the Rams a couple years back, has to win it. Starting with the most interesting team, in my opinion, the Atlanta Falcons, who have a ton of good young pieces with Kyle Pitts, Drake London, and Bijan Robinson, and some defensive talent to go along with it with new pickup at safety, Jesse Bates. The problem for the Falcons is they need a guy who can get the young pieces the ball. Desmond Ridder is young and unproven, but it looks like they will give him this year to figure it out, and if he's good enough, they could literally fall, and I mean fall, into a division title. They also have Taylor Heineke waiting in the wings, so this team could make some noise, or they could fall flat in their face and end up with Drake May or Caleb Williams, which, in my eyes, it's not a bad consolation prize. I really like this roster, or the talent on this roster, my bad. But quarterback and coach are a big question mark, and that is really important for any team to succeed in this league, last I checked, of course. This team is one of my biggest questions because I really like their skill position players. Their offensive line is great, and parts of their defense are solid, but like I said, their coach and maybe quarterback will hold them back for sure. Trust me on the coach one. I've watched Arthur Smith coach in the past. It's no fun. I'll have them around 6-11, and yeah, we'll see if they win a division title with that record. I don't think they will. Maybe, who knows, the NFC South. Next up, we have the Saints, who found a new quarterback this offseason in Derek Carr to hopefully send their offense in the right direction. Alvin Kamara is suspended for the first 3 games of the season, but everyone's favorite player, and I mean everyone's favorite player, Jamal Williams, is there to lighten the load along with rookie Kendre Miller. Receiver Chris Olave is looking to build off a great rookie year, and Cameron Jordan signed a contract to keep him in New Orleans for the rest of his career, which is really cool when athletes do that. They did lose pass rusher Marcus Davenport, though, who they spent a premium of picks on in the draft, and he never really panned out for the Saints. Other than that, no huge losses for the team, who look to put up a better showing. And is this where I could thank them for gifting the Eagles Jalen Carter? Yeah, okay, cool. But the Saints feel like a middle-of-the-road 6-7 win team, which I said could win the division. You never know, but I think they'll probably be a bit better than that and finish around 7-8 wins. Now moving to the Panthers, who made the biggest draft trade of the offseason, moving up for Bryce Young, and they gave a lot to do it, including wide receiver DJ Moore, who would have been a nice target for Bryce Young to have. Instead, they drafted Jonathan Mingo out of Ole Miss in the 2nd round, signed Adam Thielen and Miles Sanders. So an okay offensive committee there, but a meh offensive line, so I hope Young's development isn't stunned. The team does have a good defense, though, that will keep them in games, but hopefully someone can emerge for Young, or it's going to be a long, long season ahead for Carolina, who also does not have their 2024 first-round pick, as they sent it away in the deal with the Bears. It'll be interesting to see the outcome of this Panthers team, to say the least, and I think they'll finish last in the division around 4-5 wins, which will make Chicago very, very happy. Now for the Buccaneers, and where do I start with this team? Out with Tom Brady and in with Baker Mayfield. I don't like the sound of that, and I don't think Tampa fans do either. Quite the downgrade, if you ask me, and I'm confused how head coach Todd Bowles is still has that job after last season. Man, does this team miss Bruce Arians. And did you also know that they are paying a $35 million cap hit for Tom Brady, who is enjoying the retired life somewhere, probably on a beach, but that's the problem with the void years. They will catch up. It isn't important because the Bucs aren't chasing a title, but it still feels like a warning for the rest of the league. But these teams do, as we've seen, take these huge cap hits all the time. Sorry, I'm stumbling because I'm remembering the good old days of Carson Wentz for the Eagles. It's just not good memories to look back on, but who cares for the Bucs case? They got their ring, and this team has middle of the road written all over it this year, as most of this division do. But with Baker and all that talent, worst case is still somehow the basement for the Buccaneers. But in other news, we finally have a trade. The Arizona Cardinals trade Isaiah Simmons to the New York Giants for a 7th-round pick. Excellent move by New York here, but you know, when Simmons was picked, Kyler Murray was hoping they would pick his college teammate CeeDee Lamb in the 1st. You think the Cardinals wish they had the click remote and could do a redo on that one? I certainly think they do, but this has been it for this edition of Let's Talk Sports. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Struggling to get a good night's sleep? Then look no further. Grand Central is here to help. Grand Central Sealy experts will set you straight. When you buy your mattress at Grand Central, you can expect free delivery and setup, free removal of the old unit, and interest-free financing for up to 60 months. And of course, Grand Central's everyday low prices. Grand Central in Hazleton, helping you make your house a home.
Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the WYLN News Midday Update, posted daily between noon and 2 p.m., powered by Lehigh Valley Health Network. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner. There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information. Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35. WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
As with other small towns, each denomination that settled in Mountaintop would set up their own churches. Some early examples would include the Slocum Evangelical Church, which opened in 1849, the Methodist Episcopal Church, opened in 1860, the Presbyterian Church of Mountaintop, consecrated in 1880, and St. Catherine's Catholic Church, founded in 1886. Today, many churches can still be found in town, among them the Presbyterian Church of Mountaintop, St. Paul's Lutheran Church, Mountaintop Family Center Church, St. Jude Parish, and Emmanuel United Church of Christ. High in the mountain, God has long dwelled, and continues to very much do so today. During the late 1800s, it was common belief that country air, especially country air at cooler and drier altitudes, was cleaner and healthier than city air. Thus, to the residents of the heavily urbanized and industrialized Wyoming Valley, Mountaintop looked like the perfect place to freshen their lungs at, especially during the scorching summer months. And so, in the last few decades of the 19th century, Penobscot Mountain became a summer retreat of sorts to those who could get there. There had been lodging available on Mountaintop for travelers for some time already, namely, for example, the Fairview Hotel, later the Mountaintop Hotel, which opened in 1876, and the Albertine Hotel, which opened in 1880, both of which survive today as the Kavanaugh Grill and Albertine Inn restaurants, respectively. Beginning in 1882, however, a major boom would start, thanks to the efforts of Joseph E. Patterson, a successful Wilkes-Barre businessman who saw the Mountaintop area as the perfect place to try and help cure his insomnia. Patterson purchased 500 acres in Glen Summit Springs from another Wilkes-Barre businessman, H. Durr, and built a cabin on it. Over the next 30 years, 43 additional Victorian-style cabins and cottages would be built in the Glen Summit Springs area. Among the most notable would be Greystone Terrace, a 26-room cottage with a Japanese garden built in 1915 by five and dime store magnate F.M. Kirby. Later, in 1955, Kirby's son Alan Price Kirby gifted the house to the local Episcopalian church as a religious conference center, and today, what is now called the Kirby Episcopal House still serves as a meeting place for religious and charitable organizations. Joseph Patterson, meanwhile, having noticed multiple freshwater springs on his property, had the vision of making a major resort in the area and discussed the matter with receptive Lehigh Valley Railroad executives. The railroad purchased 300 acres from Patterson and, with Patterson himself as general contractor, began construction on a grand hotel for Lehigh Valley Railroad passengers. On February 21, 1884, the Glen Summit Hotel opened, standing 3 stories tall and with capacity for 250 occupants. Besides providing meals for railroad passengers, the hotel had a billiard room, a bowling alley, and a shuffleboard court, as well as tennis courts and a lake behind the hotel for fishing and boating. The Glen Summit Hotel became a popular stop along the Lehigh Valley and was frequented by many railroad executives and the elites of New York City and Philadelphia. In 1910, it even hosted former President Theodore Roosevelt. During the early days of World War I, the hotel was also a staging location for Red Cross war supplies heading overseas. It was, however, around this time that hotel patronage declined, a victim of shifting vacation trends. The Glen Summit Hotel would close in 1915 and was torn down not long thereafter. Today, a former addition to the hotel, popularly known as the Casino, still stands and serves as a reception venue for special events. In the meantime, as the remaining 200 acres of land he retained from his sale to the Lehigh Valley were rich in natural springs, Joseph Patterson decided to sell the water from the springs to customers. The Glen Summit Spring Water Company commenced operation in 1884, gaining its first distributor in 1890 when R.H. Cabell of London started selling the water abroad. In 1909, the current bottling building opened with an emphasis on sanitary conditions. Workers were required to shower before starting their shifts. For a time, the company branched out into bottling other beverages, including an orange soda sweetened with the company's spring water that proved popular locally, although it dropped this business after its facilities suffered damage in 1972 from Hurricane Agnes. Today, Glen Summit Spring Water remains a major supplier of local bottled water.
If you're just tuning in, here's a recap of our top stories. A man was arrested during a traffic stop in Luzerne County. Devine Tyree was arrested after he was found possessing a stolen gun during a traffic stop, according to Hanover Township Police. Police say that Tyree was in possession of 2 firearms, one of which was stolen from Reading. Investigators later discovered that Tyree did not have a valid license to carry a firearm. Tyree was arrested and arraigned at the Luzerne County Correctional Facility. Tyree was charged with firearms not to be carried and possessed and receiving stolen property. The Hazleton City Police are asking the public for help in identifying a suspect they say stole money from a customer's purse. According to police, the theft took place on Tuesday morning at the Giant Supermarket located on Locust Street in Hazleton. The suspect has been described by the store manager as a white female with short blonde hair and a blue shirt. Anyone with information regarding the incident can call Hazleton Police at 570-459-4940. Robert Grimes is wanted by the Carbon County Sheriff's Office on charges of simple assault and possession of drug paraphernalia. He is believed to have ties to the Lansford area. Anyone with information regarding his whereabouts is asked to call the Carbon County Sheriff's Office at 570-325-2821. And that does it for the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest news and updates on our YouTube, Facebook, or at our website at wylntv.com. Stay with us for a look at the weather.